The Rock Metal Podcast, episode 54 with Temptation's Wings. All right, Rock Metal Nation, I've got on the line today Temptation's Wings, a heavy metal band from Asheville, North Carolina, USA. And I'm super stoked to have them on. Today I'm joined by a member of Temptation's Wings, Jason. Jason, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Now, Jason, why don't you go ahead and tell Rock Metal Nation a bit about yourself, maybe what inspired you to get into music?
I've always liked music, and I've started with Appetite for Destruction on cassette tape, and went from there to probably Black Album, Metallica, and then kind of got farther down the rabbit hole, like the first White Zombie album, and then Pantera, and then just kept going down and down and down. And I just kept finding stuff, and then I was like, I want to do this too. So a friend of mine played guitar in high school, and I wasn't very good at guitar, so I just decided to play drums because the surface area is a lot bigger to hit, and really never stopped. Like, I think I was 18 when I got my first drum set, and still playing.
That is a good story, my good man. Now, the next question is, what is the story behind how the current lineup found each other, or basically how Temptation's Wings came to be?
Well, Micah, the guitar player, started it, and back in the days of MySpace, way back then, I was in another band, and we broke up, and I found him on MySpace and always liked the riffs and stuff, and I always told myself, if something happened with this band, I'm gonna hit this guy up, and sure enough, his band quit him, pretty much, so I hit him up, and I learned some of his songs, and been together ever since. And that was about 10 years ago.
Wow.
Yep.
With all this memory lane, you're mentioning cassette tapes, you're mentioning White Zombie, you're mentioning all these. I'm like, oh, wow, I'm back in grade school all of a sudden here. And
well, I'm 37, so that can give people some context of when I kind of started discovering stuff and everything. So.
Yeah. Now, my next question is, what inspired the name Temptation's Wings?
The Down song. That's what I was told. I didn't come out. The title was already picked when I joined the band, so I just went with it.
Ooh. You kind of mentioned a little bit about writing songs and the process that goes into that. So I'm curious, when you guys get together to write songs, especially considering that the tracks we're listening to today are very heavy on storyline, what is the process like when you guys get together to write songs?
Well, usually we just start out with like riffing, and then we'll write like two to go together. And then if it goes pretty well, we'll, either dig through an archive we keep of other riffs that we've just liked, or just make up something new. And then we kind of usually get the structure of the song before we do lyrics. And then like either, I'll see something on TV that I liked and think it'd be cool subject matter, or somebody would just say something that sounds cool and just go from there. We don't write about like everyday life stuff. Like that's not really our thing. We just like writing like kind of fiction. Like we're big like Robert E. Howard, Conan, pulp novel fans, stuff like that. Game of Thrones, all those other fantasy shows and stuff like that. So that's pretty much what we do. We don't really take ourselves seriously in our subject matter for songwriting.
All right, very cool. Let's go and listen to the first track, I Destroyer.
like fire, it consumes the town and the people that I've known. I rush to see your friends and the loved ones at my home. All dead as I feel the skin torn from the bone. And upon the hill, a swirl of black rose did I see. Red eyes that glare, a twisted smile pointed at I, the destroyer, become the bringer of death. Unnatural evil, a vow I will lay you to rest. There is a rumor of one who knows of the arcane. For greater power I'll need to bring the witch's bane. I seek the giant who makes his home atop the hills. One metal will crush his spirit and bend him to my will. And upon the ridge, a massive shadow did I see. Among mammoth bones, he sits as he's waiting for me. He sits as he's waiting for me. Among mammoth bones, he sits as he's waiting for me. Destroyer, become the bringer of death. Unnatural evil, a vow I will lay you to rest. Stand beast and hear the words I speak. And listen well, for I'll say them but once. My clan is slain and my home is gone. A fiery hell, cold-blooded death and hate. You know of an island to the east, a simple man and miracles of steel. I seek location of the isle. Spill your guts or die upon your heel.
track from I Destroyer. Jason, what is the story and or inspiration behind I Destroyer?
Well, the inspiration behind I Destroyer was our album is a concept album, and we had songs written, some of them written for about like maybe 4 or 5 years. We've had them laying around, never recorded. And we started noticing a common thread, so when we decided to do a whole story, we were missing a few chapters, so we wanted one that started off the album with a punch. So we just wrote that one, and everyone liked it, and we just kind of honed it and fine-tuned it, and there it is.
All right.
So, nothing too exciting, just writing songs.
Here we go. Let's go and listen to the next track, Treachery of the Blind Raven. coming back from Treachery of the Blind Raven. Jason, similar question for you. What is the story and or inspiration behind Treachery of the Blind Raven?
Well, the inspiration is like the High Destroyer needed a song to fill in space, and we wrote that one as well. we had that riff around for a while, though. It was just kind of half done, and our new bass player, Chad, he heard it and really liked it, and he came up with some stuff, and we kind of put it in the song, kind of mixed it up into the song, and came up with something that we really, really liked, and it's one of our favorites actually on the album. But the story for that song is just God goes out for reward and comes back, betrayed. So classic story of betrayal.
Classic story of betrayal. That blind raven, man, he's everywhere.
The Blind Raven is actually a castle, which is always a cool title. So yeah, I know we're pretty weird and stuff like that, but that's what it is. The Blind Raven is actually a castle that looks like a blind raven. I don't know. It sounded cool when we were talking about it. We were also drinking, so.
Now that we talk about it with other people, oddly enough, it's starting to sound a little, but no, it's cool stuff. Now, my next question for you, Jason, is what exciting news do you have coming down the pipeline?
Well, we have one show confirmed in Columbia, South Carolina, with a band called Bruiser from Columbia, and working on a CD. I wouldn't say CD release, but a whole album playthrough show, probably late July. And then we do a festival in the fall called Steel and Stone Fest, and I should start looking for bands for that pretty soon. And that'll probably be in October. And then there'll probably be some other stuff that comes up that we jump on that comes our way. That seems to be usually how it goes for us, because we all have kids and families. So summertime is not too busy because of vacations and baseball and whatnot. But usually early part of the year and late part of the year is a little more productive as far as live shows go for us. We put it all up on Facebook when we announce a show, so you can check it out there.
All right, sounds good. So Rock Metal Nation, we've got some shows coming up in July, and then later on in October, we've got a festival called the Steel and Stone Fest as well. Temptation is going to be playing with a band called Bruiser, which is going to be awesome stuff to check out if you are in that South Carolina area. Now, you also mentioned checking everything out on Facebook, so my next logical question is that where Rock Metal Nation should head over to, or is there a website that they should go to?
The Facebook is TW Band, WNC. That's short for Western North Carolina. Our main website, I guess, would be our Bandcamp, and that would just be temptationswings.bandcamp.com. And we're also on Twitter at TW Metal on Twitter.
All right, cool stuff. So Rock Metal Nation, go ahead and head over to, if you would like to be on social media, we've got Facebook, we also have Twitter, and then as well, if you want to check out the Bandcamp page, go ahead and go to temptationswings.bandcamp.com. Also, as well, if you head over to www.therockmetalpodcast.ca, you can go ahead and get all the information and all the links for the show that you're hearing right now. Jason, unless there's anything else you wanted to throw out there, I just wanted to thank you for coming onto the show and sharing your creativity with Rock Metal Nation.
Yeah, thanks for having. Glad to just get out there and try to get the word out for the album. And I hope whoever is listening, you can listen to it before you buy it. And if you buy it, please tell your friends and everyone else, whether you like them or not, to check us out.
All right, Rock Metal Nation, hopefully you just found your new favorite band in Temptations Wings. Big thanks again for them for coming on and sharing their music with us. Make sure to head over to www.therockmetalpodcast.ca to get all the information on the show you just heard today. And until then, rock on, Rock Metal Nation.